It goes on and on and on and on. When me and you party together, I wish this night would last forever, ever, ever. Hey, hey. Yo, if I'm going to put a turtleneck on, we better be hitting the clubs, yo. I saw Texas open the whole state up. Your boy's moving there in like 2 months. Ooh, ooh. They said Sal scheduled apartment visits in Austin. Ooh, open this bitch up. We got somebody who's coming in ready to fucking dance. Somebody's trying to dance. It's been a year. He's trying to dance. Yo, what's up? What's happening, party people? In the chat right now. Oof, oof. On a Thursday. No, it's a Wednesday. It's Wednesday today. Yeah, we got 100 people already up in that chat. Just got done with the run. Let's kick it lit. My man Travis, you got that runner's high right now? Your boy. It was nice out today. Look, yesterday I felt lethargic. I took an off day from working out and running because, I was doing a lot. And then I was like, I feel so lethargic. We're starting this day off right. We got the 5-mile run in this morning with the new running shoes. We got that sweating. Oof, oof. We got the turtleneck on. Oof. Oof, let the cufflinks go down so we don't stretch out the shirt. Mama Vetri would say, don't give up on your day job. Love the turtleneck. My man John says, don't give up on your day job because of my singing. Yo, I'm just trying my best. I am. Damn. Yeah, I know. My day job, we're not going to give up on it yet. We still had to show up here. I couldn't go to the local clubs and sing outside today. Sal's killing me. Can you show your best lineup optimizer? Yeah. Jose Abreu. Yeah, we can show you the lineup optimizer as we go through this bad boy. Around 5 p.m., we're going to be drafting. It's Wednesday, so we're going to be drafting on the Underdog platform. You can see them up above. There's a link down below in the description if you want to try and hop into one of those drafts with me. 5 p.m. we'll do like 2 or 3 drafts, right? Last week, I didn't even look at my underdog balance, right? Last week we put $10 in play. We got $36 in the account. Look, that's not going to win anybody any money, but we 3.5x our money. Thank you to the chat that helped me make some of those picks. Underdog is a snake draft platform. So you know how you like snake draft your season-long fantasy football leagues, for instance? You can now do that for daily fantasy sports. You can do that for daily fantasy sports in Underdog's platform. It's a great platform. You pick 6 players, any players. It doesn't matter about position. So yeah, we got minutes on the screen behind us. We got interest on the screen behind us. It's a 10-game wacky motherfucking slate where the laundry list of 3 p.m. injury reports. It's putting me in a fucking coma over here. So before that shit starts, let your shoulder lean a little bit. Let your shoulders lean a little bit before that shit starts. We're gonna try not to get a little bit too crazy. In this chat, but we might have to. So yeah, be sure to check out Underdog. You can just sign up with that link in the description if you want to play over there, try and get into some of the stuff that I'll be drafting on the stream today. But somebody asked about the lineup optimizer. We do have lineup optimizer for MMA for this big week's event. PGA just went up today, and the NBA yet again. So I'm going to go hop up into the lineup optimizer. We can definitely project some lineups out, but we'll wait a little bit. We'll wait to do the lineup optimizer until a little bit more people come up in this bish, and we can go from there. Also, I need to grab the lineup optimizer password from over here so I can actually sign into the lineup optimizer. Sal, where in Texas are you moving? I live in Denton, close to Dallas, Fort Worth area. So I'm not officially, I don't have an apartment yet, but I'm going to be looking at apartments in Austin area in about, not this weekend, but next weekend. So likely Austin. Well, the answer is Austin. I just don't have a place to live yet. My girlfriend's parents are out there. We're going to go out there for 9 months. I like Austin. I like the vibe out there. Just saw the whole state opened up. So yeah. I like the idea of being able to go enjoy myself at the clubs if I'm trying to. Safe, of course. I'll wear my mask or whatever we got to do. What did you do with the money? Singing lessons, somebody said. Yeah. I wasted on my fucking golf lessons and then I lost 2 dozen fucking golf balls. Crazy. Just join your bet league on Viget, says DJ. Hey, my man, you just joined that league on Viget? Damn. When'd you get in on that shit? I made that bet league a while ago. That was back in January or February, my man. Yeah, Viget didn't want to continue a partnership for any of the NBA stuff. Their loss. We could have just had a bunch of people up in this bitch. No quiet, no problem. Thanks, my man. There we go. I need the new Dollarooski dozen after this news, please. Turtleneck and the money. We got people up in the chat going crazy. Not the motherfucking load, but placed 4th in the $1 contest on the 26th. Nice. Fellas, let's get these likes up and sub to our boy, the Fresh Prince of DFS, Sal. I love it. I love that. Yo, chilling out, relaxing. We maxing all cool in the YouTube chat right now. How you doing? Turn on that gang. Yas, I need some cash. Okay, Camanon. We're going to get you that cash. So here's your big energy optimizer. The big energy optimizer on the screen right now. Yeah, the big energy optimizer is on the screen right now. Let's just optimize it. We don't have any rules in, right? We have all the current projections based on the news that we have. Luka being doubtful. We have randomness now. Yesterday, we added uniques. We added randomness. So let's put 2 or 3 uniques is fine. Let's crunch out just 20 lineups just for now. And then let's put randomness at just general randomness. Let's put it at 35% for now. So now we're just going to generate lineups. Before, obviously, these lineups are not the ones you're going to want to play tonight unless every single piece of news just says that everybody's going to be in or not out, and I have it right. We're going to have to update projections. But yeah, hit the like, hit the subscribe, do all those things right here. We'll be drafting on Underdog's platform in about 20-ish minutes. If you're not familiar, we talked about Underdog. We'll talk about it a little bit around maybe 10 or 15 more minutes as more people hop up in this bish. Norman Powell gives me MPJ vibes from last night. Hello, darkness, my old friend. There you go. I like that. Yeah. Norman Powell is more consistent than MPJ just because he actually plays like 38 minutes from MPJ. You're crossing your fingers that he can get to 30. Lots of value tonight. Never even looked at the slate, but I know there's going to be a bunch from the Lakers and Raptors. Yeah, for sure. And there's also now a shit ton from Dallas because Luka is doubtful. So with Luka doubtful, I love all. Look at Dallas behind me right now. Porzingis, sure, but Brunson, love. Richardson, great option. Hardaway, close to loving as well right now. Close to loving all those men in Dallas right now. Let's get paid pimping, says Larry McGruder. Hey, I like that. Let's get paid pimping. What a fucking way to say it. Claxton, 25 plus minutes tonight? Nah. If DeAndre Jordan was to miss, I have Claxton right now at 16 minutes. He's actually in a player pool for me, but with all the other value, I doubt I get there much. What is your minutes on Claxton? 16. Look, DeAndre Jordan's still out there. Until DeAndre Jordan gets ruled out, which maybe I'm not caught up on the news like some people in the chat right now, but until DeAndre Jordan gets ruled out. Yeah. Also, if you're in the chat right now, go check out the new 1 minute on the new 1 minute comedy sketch for sports that I put up on Twitter. I just put it in the chat right now. Let me know what you think about that. If you enjoy it, feel free to hit it with the retweet if you do indeed enjoy that shit. I think that I'm going to have to pin up the Underdog thing. So let me pin up this Underdog thing. So if you want to draft on Underdog with me or at least attempt to try and draft with me while they get their private leagues set up, you can check that shit out right there. Good mans. Sal, 2-stepping in Texas, 2 months open. Yeah, I'll be there in 2 months, my man. The best part about Texas is that when you are open all the way up, masks aren't required. Uh-oh, somebody said the word masks. People are about to get their political pointers out. Crazy, right? I just saw it today. Nice. Turtleneck on fleek. If Kuzma plays, do you still like TNT? Yeah, I like TNT either way. I currently have Horton Tucker as my number. Is he my number 1 overall? He's my number 1 overall value, and that's with Kuzma in. Woohoo! That's with Kuzma in. Imagine if Kuzma misses today. I have Kuzma in for 28 minutes. I gave Horton Tucker 25 minutes at 0.95 fantasy points a minute. Horton Tucker is currently my number 1 point per dollar play with Kuzma projected in playing 28 minutes. Imagine if Kuzma misses. Horton Tucker starts to play 30 plus minutes. Horton Tucker starts to project out for me for close to like 30 fantasy points. Your Dalaruskis will cause another outage in Austin. Best of luck, somebody says. Yeah, I'm excited to go to Austin, man. I'm really excited. I love the area. My girlfriend's family and their friends are just a ton of fun. Really, really look forward to any time that I go there. It's a ton of fun all around. Is everyone going to Texas? LOL, the Joe Rogan effect. It's kind of been in the cards. Like, I would say I listen to Joe Rogan a lot, so it is kind of a bump. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of a bump when he's talking about, I'm really big into comedy. I watch every single stand-up. I think I'm going to be joining, now that stuff is opening up in Texas, I'm going to be joining in improv classes. I think I'm going to start to take some improv classes over there. Incorporate that into my content more, hence those 1 minute short videos. But yeah, it's going to be fun. Harden, Zion, Schroeder. Not really big on Zion, but really like Schroeder and Harden. Hi, Sal. Who's your best pay-up center option today? My best pay-up center option today is going to be... So my favorite center option is Montrezl Harrell. My favorite pay-up center option... I mean, I have it ranked right now. Harrell, Patton, Boucher. There's not a lot of pay-up center options. If Cody Zeller plays, DeAndre Jordan, like Towns at $10,000 is probably my favorite center option to pay up for. I like him right now over Vucevic. I'm in San Antonio Super Spreaders fan. It kills me to play the number 2 from the Clippers anyway. After last night, I'd rather lose without him than with him. Nice. Hey, what's going on, Artful? How you doing? Brunson or Schroeder today? Brunson's my number 2 overall play. Look, I like Dennis. I like good old Dennis Schroeder today. The answer could potentially be both of them. Dennis Schroeder is somebody that I do have a lot of interest in. Dennis Schroeder is currently a top 5 pick for me, but Brunson I have a little bit higher, or a decent amount higher. I have Schroeder for 34.2 points. I have Brunson for 36.4. This is assuming that the doubtful tag on Mr. Luka Doncic is indeed doubtful. Is indeed out, is what I should say. I'm trying to do some fun collaborations, like content that's like outside, like not just in this little bubble that we have on the screen. Some fun collaborations. I'll be having a vlog dropping on Friday for all the people that love the vlogs. Vlog number 6 dropping on Friday. expedition. I don't know what the fuck the word is for that. I think that's like a car. My expedition, if that's the right word, to the mountains of Maine, the White Mountains of New Hampshire and Maine. Got a little video. How are you ranking the Dallas guys today? The Dallas guys for me rank number 1, Brunson. Number 2, Josh Richardson. Number 3, Tim Hardaway Jr. Number 4, Porzingis. If you want another one, it's going to be a decent drop-off to like the other guys. Gasol out, somebody says. Uh-oh. Here comes the news. Da-na-na-na. Here comes the news. Da-na-na. Do. All right, Alex Caruso questionable today. Kuzma still questionable. Marc Gasol ruled out. That Marc Gasol out as of 4 minutes ago is definitely going to be changing stuff, as now Montrezl Harrell is going to get a little bit more stuff going on up in here. Somebody says, Sal, wow, look at that turtleneck. Shit's going to bring us Dollarooskies today. I feel it. Yeah, man, we don't put this motherfucking turtleneck on unless we're feeling ourselves. If Sabonis is out, does that put up Miles Turner? Yeah, it does. It does put up Miles Turner. I'll pull up Dallas's minutes yet again for the people that are hopping in right now. We are going to be drafting live in about 15 minutes on Underdog. We'll still answer questions the same way, but I'll be asking a little bit for some stuff. Hit up NASCAR All-Star Race at Texas Motorway Speedway. Interesting. Potentially. Salvatore, says Rob Mysterio. I can't catch a break. Last night I had Kawhi in my single entry bullet lineup, went to a bar, told the bartender to surprise me. He pulls out naked pictures of my wife. My man said he went to a bar. He told the bartender to surprise him with a drink, and the bartender pulled out naked pictures of his wife. My man Rob Mysterio got me dying. He got me dying right now, man. Shit. You funny. 287 last night. I wish I played Melton over Duncan Robinson. Would have nailed some contests. Damn. Sal, you think Mavericks are going to take the dub tonight? No idea. I don't really look into the betting lines, to be honest with you. Sal, it's a new Dollarooski dozen, says Kyle. So as of right now, as of 4:46, this is before updating for Marc Gasol, so things can change. Horton Tucker. This is my top 12 point per dollar plays. Horton Tucker, Brunson, Terence Davis, Josh Richardson, Dennis Schroeder, Markieff Morris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Kyle Lowry, James Harden, Montrezl Harrell, Norman Powell, and Kristaps Porzingis. Those are my top 12 plays, point per dollar wise, so factoring in the price point. Brunson or Richardson over on Superdraft tonight. Brunson versus Richardson on Superdraft. My answer is going to be Brunson. I have him projected for 13 more points at a 1.8x multiplier. That is really hard to ignore. Brunson on Superdraft tonight, if we want to look at just Superdraft in general, is my number 2 play, only behind Mr. Dame Dollar Lillard. Elon Musk building a new city in Texas, Starbase. Yeah, I mean, it's the flood into Austin right now is nuts. It's insane. Cheapest sleeper option tonight. Horton Tucker is clearly not a sleeper based on ownership. So cheapest sleeper option tonight. I'm going to be curious to see what the overall ownership comes in on a guy like Terence Davis tonight. Terence Davis, I'd be interested in seeing what the ownership is on him. I mean, he's not going to be like 5% owned, but if he's only like 12% owned, I mean, he's a cheap sleeper, I guess, that grades out well for me. He's not going to be as owned as Horton Tucker, not as owned as Markieff Morris. So probably a Terence Davis, assuming he starts, which with all these guys out, I think that's going to be the case with 3 starters out there. How you feeling about Sexton tonight? He really doesn't stand out for me. So nothing really on Cleveland is standing out. Sexton's the only guy from Cleveland I have in a player pool tonight, but with all the other guys on the slate tonight, that's kind of a dead range for what his upside is. How many Dallas dudes would you have in one lineup? I think you can play on a 10-game slate right now. I mean, in my single entry lineup, I'm probably going to have 2 to 3. Definitely 1, probably 2 to 3 at most. Like, Porzingis looks great tonight, so I'm just not sure if he's the priority in that range for me. Like, you have Kyle Lowry with guys out, right? So we'll see. You can easily just pay all the way up. But, like, definitely those guards as a Richardson. Brunson seems to be like as long as he's starting, like almost a lock at that price point. You liking Harden tonight? Yeah. There's so much value on the slate that just getting up to the guy who can drop 60 points as his projection. I have James Harden. We can pull up Brooklyn's minutes right now. So let's see what the optimizer was building for us in the back end, by the way. So this is the optimizer. This is the Big Energy optimizer. It's now available. Link down below in the description. I could put the link in the chat. We now have an optimizer along with the tools on Patreon and the Priority and Hall of Fame packages, all fueled into just one price that is like a fraction of what anywhere else in the industry is. I think I was looking today, like what the cheapest in the industry is for like decent projections tools, things like that, plus an optimizer. And it's like, I think it's $100 is the cheapest. This is a third of that combined. But this is before Marc Gasol news, obviously before a lot of other injuries. This is our top projected lineup. I'm going to update Marc Gasol shortly after the stream. But the top projected lineups that we are currently getting, you can see lineups right here. They're starting to feature guys like Horton Tucker, makes sense. Then a shooter we do like. It's getting guys like DeAndre Jordan in there. We also put 35% randomness, which is a lot of randomness on. So that's why we're getting guys like Zach Levine, which makes our lineups different. I do like this. Is a nice fucking lineup. This is a nice fucking lineup. We got Montrezl Harrell, Tim Hardaway, Zach Levine, DeAndre Jordan, Kristaps Porzingis, Tucker, Oubre, and then a shooter. This is a nice fucking lineup. Like, look, the reason why it's not going to be looking like a cash lineup is because we put randomness on. We added the randomness feature last night, so now we're going to get different lineups in terms of having unique lineups. So having Zach Levine in here as our unique buy, interesting. Now, obviously, we're not getting all the way up top. We're not getting to Harden in this lineup. We're not getting to, and really, there's not, like Lillard, I guess, would be my next favorite all the way pay up option. I'm not big on Vooch. I'm not big on a Towns today. So I kind of like this. This is a solid lineup right here. Now, obviously, if you just wanted to get away from Porzingis and Levine, it's really easy. You can get away from Levine and go up to $1,500 more for Harden in this lineup, and then you go down to the $6,700 range for Porzingis, or you go down off of Kelly Oubre to another cheap guy, and you can stay at Porzingis, right? It's easy to get different. That's why we crunch 20 lineups, and we can clearly crunch 150 if we need to. But I'm not going to get into any specific groups and like things like that. You can add groups. You can get, at most, I want 2 of these guys. At most, I don't want to have more than 2 of these values or 2 of these guys from the same team. You can put a lot of stuff into this optimizer. So I'm pretty pumped to play around with that after this in terms of adding more and more groups. Oubre, question mark. Yeah, Oubre at $7,000. Oubre's in a player pool for me. That was just one of the lineups that was crunched out of the 20. But it makes sense. Like when you put 35% randomness on, you start to take Kelly Oubre's upper range of outcomes into consideration. Do you like Steph tonight? Yeah, I think he's okay. Best pay up options. I think it's Lillard, and I think it's Harden and then Lillard in that order. Harden and then Lillard in that order for me. I have Harden as right now a top 10 play. I have Lillard currently as a borderline top 20 play. Other than that, I mean, Kyle Lowry at 8,100 is a strong pay-up option, of course. Sal, have a list anywhere of your book recommendations. Thanks, bro. Keep it up. Yeah, Joe, what's going on? On my Instagram, Sal_Vetri, my Instagram, I'm currently actually reading a couple of other books, how to get the most out of how to get all that you can out of all you've got or something. Nick Ercolano recommended it to me and really recommended it in a group to a couple of us. But, yeah, I got him on my story, my Instagram, or not my Instagram story, my highlights on Instagram. So if you go to Instagram, there'll be a thing that says read me. And those are my books that I've read basically like over the last, I would say 2.5 years now at this point, maybe 3 years. That's like 80% of the books, 75%. Not all of them have gone on there because I've forgotten books, or I've like audio read some of them, or I've borrowed some and sent them back. So those are some of them. Steph's still at a discount. Some. Him and Dame are going to go toe to toe. Thoughts on Steph tonight? Steph, I think is fine. I prefer Dame, and I also prefer Harden over all of them. Steph is currently my number 33 play at 51.7 points. I currently have Damian Lillard projected for 57.2. So I have Lillard for significantly more points than Steph Curry tonight. We can pull up Golden State's minutes tonight. I'm giving Steph 35 minutes. If you think he plays 36 or 37, well, then he'll start to go toe-to-toe with Lillard. My man has a wrench asking where Sal has LeBron ranked. LeBron ranked tonight? LeBron is out. Who's the best small GPP pay down option for power forward today? The best small field power forward pay down option? I mean, Markieff Morris, Horton Tucker. Is Horton Tucker power forward eligible? Otherwise, Markieff Morris. Thanks for the info. No problem, JG. Do you like Chris Boucher today? I love Chris Boucher today. Yeah. I think Chris Boucher is a very strong play today. He's a top 15 play for me as of right now. He's one of my yeses. How many yeses? This is a massive slate. You have to keep in mind we're going to have a lot of guys in a player pool today. I'll pull up Toronto's minutes on the screen behind me. If you're just tuning in right now, how's your day going? Happy National I Want You to Be Happy Day to all the people out there in the chat. YouTube had to hit me with the limited advertising because I said the F word too many times in the first minute of my video apparently this morning. I currently have 20 players as yeses. I have a pretty big player pool. It's not that big. 54 players. That's actually not that big for a 10-game slate. I thought I was going to say 60. So that's actually pretty fine. Had Morris on the Lakers and George. Nice. Top Super Draft plays each position on Super Draft. Yeah, you can ask me specifically like this guy or that guy. I mean, my top Super Draft plays in ranking order, projection-wise, Lillard, Brunson, Vooch. Vooch has a nice multiplier, 1.25x. Harden, Cantor, Levine, Towns, Fox, Ball. Some other guys that are sleepers are up there as well, like Barnes and Ingram. Those types of fellas. Also, pinned up to the top, if you want to check it out, is the link over to Underdog. Underdog is a platform where you can draft basketball teams for tonight, NBA DFS teams for tonight. We're going to draft a couple at 5 p.m. So if you want to draft and try and get in a draft with me, you can check it out. It is linked pinned to the top. We made 3.6x profit last week. This was my first time logging back into Underdog today, if I'm going to be completely honest, because I was on a 4-day vacation. So I didn't start playing DFS back up until Monday. So now we gotta take advantage of that. We gotta fucking 3x it again tonight. Start to get to triple digits, and then have ourselves a nice little bankroll. How would you play a Philadelphia versus Utah showdown? Who would be the best captain? Thomas James, Moran. I'm gonna be honest with you, my man. I don't play showdowns, so I couldn't help you there much, right? Obviously, like the highest projected players usually look good in the captain spot. We have to see what happens with Tobias Harris in that game. Guys like Joel Embiid, captain, right? That's just gonna stand out as like a clear play. And then you have all the Utah guys like Royce O'Neal and all those guys who are just like, meh, right? So I don't play showdown, so I can't help you there too much. I'm the one that asked where LeBron is ranked. My bad. My work been doing 12 hours and haven't been able to peek at the slate. Yeah, no problem at all. Sal, do you see PJ Washington have a bounce back game with a doubtful Hayward? Yeah, I do. Hayward's also not doubtful. Hayward was last ruled in as probable, so Hayward's playing today. As of a couple, unless something just came out. Let me refresh. Maybe I'm mistaken here. Gordon Hayward is now actually probable. So Hayward is playing. So I do think he's going to have a bounce back game, PJ Tucker, just based on the amount of shooting percentage that he had. So, yeah. Sal, I rejoined Patreon yesterday for 25. How do I move up for the optimizer, says Unicorn Love. So if you just go back into the tiers, you can go to either the Hall of Fame tier or the NBA. If you just want to play NBA, the NBA priority, you can just join that one and it'll only charge you the difference. It won't charge you like an entire additional cost. How many Raptors is too many? With Dallas opening up for value and the Lakers opening up for value and pay-up options in Brooklyn and pay-up options in Portland, in other spots at center, right? Steph as well. I don't want to be getting like 3 from a team is kind of like all I want to be doing today. From the Raptors, like Kyle Lowry obviously looks great. Boucher looks great, depending on who starts from Terence Davis and Vetri. I would say 3 from a team is obviously 4 can work for you, but with so many teams having so much value, I think I can bounce around and get a couple guys from each team. So I'm going to be going 3 from a team tonight. Let me also throw in the live link of this right now into the Discord for the peeps in there. 3 o'clock slate must. You said you like Levine, maybe a little Towns. I don't even know if I like Levine that much. He's definitely in a player pool for me. Like that's why he's popping up in our optimizer. I think he's a very interesting low, just completely unowned option. But when there's so many other guys priced around him that like I'd rather have Steph than Levine tonight. Also taking into account ownership, like you're probably going to see not that much ownership on Steph relative to most slates. It's a 10-game slate. I think Steph probably comes in around 10% ownership. That being said, you're going to get Levine tonight on a slate like this. You'll probably start to see 5%, 4%, even lower. I don't think you see 2% ownership on Levine, but some low shit because you can arguably play like 3 studs starting in the 9K range, just with all the value that's already on the slate, let alone what's about to start popping up even more. So let me share this link into the Discord. If you want to become a Patreon, you get access into that Discord. We are now sharing that live to everyone. Sal, just missing the gold link chain outside the turtleneck. Thanks for all the info, bro. Yeah, I have a sterling silver thin chain. I got to get a thicker one. That thin chain was for a cross. I'm going to be honest with you. I only wear that cross when I'm like wearing all black or something and I'm trying to look big pimpin'. Thoughts on Claxton? I like him if DeAndre Jordan doesn't play. Otherwise, like I love Claxton. Look. Thoughts on him as a prospect? Love him. If he plays 20-plus minutes, great. I've met 16, though. That's the issue. Montrezl Harrell or DeAndre Jordan at center? I'll go Harrell. How you feeling about Thad Young? Has been quietly getting like 30-plus every single game. Yeah, he has been, but he's priced for it. He's 6,100. There's no meat left on the bone when he gets you 30 fantasy points. He's 6,100, and he's just another guy in your lineup that really didn't help you do anything, right? How many Raptors is too many? I want at most 3 from a team right now. Can you rank the Lakers for us today? Yes, I indeed could. So let me actually filter my projections. I'll pull up the Lakers minutes. So my projections, you can get them down below on Patreon. We now have an optimizer. We have an optimizer for a bunch of different sports, not just NBA, depending on the package you sign up for. MMA, golf. I'm going to be looking into NASCAR stuff as well. So maybe we can even get something up for that. So you asked me about the Lakers, ranking the Lakers today, good sir. Yeah, I'll rank them Lakers for you. I'll rank them for you. So number 1, in terms of point per dollar, it's going to be my rankings of the Lakers. Horton Tucker, Schroeder, Markieff Morris, Harrell, and KCP. Those are the guys. And then Kuzma after that. But to be honest with you, they're all so close. Horton Tucker's above everybody else right now, and this is even with Kuzma in terms of point per dollar upside. Highest projected out of all of them right now is Schroeder for me, but I like Harrell a lot. I think I'd rather have Horton Tucker over Markieff Morris, though. I don't think that's all that crazy. Any interest in Bembry for value? The problem with Bembry is, like, he's going to play massive minutes. Like, Bembry might play 40 minutes tonight. The problem with him, though, and how many minutes did I give Bembry? Like 30-something? Because they have some other guys back now. So I gave Bembry 28 minutes because, 30 you can see him playing, but in that last game when he was playing bigger minutes, they didn't have Watanabe still. I believe they also did not have Patrick McCall, so now they have those guys. I have Bembry at 20.3 fantasy points. It's fine. It's fine for 3,700. It's completely fine. I also think you're going to get lower ownership on a Bembry tonight than you're going to get out of some of these Lakers guys, so that makes him a little bit more appealing, yeah. The problem is he needs every single minute he can get because he's not the greatest point per minute producer. What's going on, Sal? Oh, Sal, I'm late today. What do you think of Fox at 9K and DK in a great state of Texas waiting for you? I'm from San Antonio. Nice, my man. Great to see you today. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. What do I think of De'Aaron Fox today? So De'Aaron Fox is an interesting cat today because you're going to be getting low ownership on De'Aaron Fox as you have been for a while now. I think that De'Aaron Fox is in a player pool for me right now. I'd probably prefer Zach Levine for 500 more. Hey, Sal, Jeremy Grant, Detroit is out. Do you like anyone there if he is out? So much potentials for Dollar-Ruskis tonight. So Jeremy Grant from Detroit is out. Let's actually look what happens to the point per minutes. I'll obviously update everything on my end. It'll start to make Josh Jackson look really good. Dennis Smith Jr., who already is kind of like a borderline decent play, can potentially start to hit 30 minutes. But let's pull up Add More Funds. We're going to be drafting on Underdog Fantasy in a couple of moments. We're going to hop over to that site. So be sure, if you're watching right now, if you want to try and get into drafting with me live on Underdog's platform, be sure to hop on over there so we can get up in this. Get up in this, bish. I'm trying to take off right now. We had a question that said Jeremy Grant. Yeah, I'm trying to take off Jeremy Grant just to see what happens to the rates. Obviously, Grant's a high usage player. He's their highest point per minute producer right now. A little bit higher than Mason Plumlee still. They have just so many guys off the court there now, right? Like they have no Blake Griffin on the court. They're not playing him anymore, right? A lot of guys off the court there in Detroit. They still have, I believe, DeLon Wright is out. So, yeah, let's see what happens. We're going to get a smaller minute sample. Nothing would make me happier than a national hope you're a happy day than for Sal's thoughts on this lineup. There we go, Nick. Look at that. Look at Nick trying to butter me up. Butter me up with my own national calendar day. That's so thoughtful. Lowry, Schroeder, THT, Morris, Porzingis, Burke, Powell, and Harden. There's no way I'm playing Dwight Powell today. There's 0% chance. I gave him like 6 minutes to play. No way. How chalky is Lowry going to be, you think? And is it a good pivot off of him in that range position? I mean, the pivots off of him are a little bit more expensive, like De'Aaron Fox is. Zach Levine's a little bit too much. How chalky is he going to be? Yeah, he's going to pick up a lot of ownership, a lot. So I think you're probably going to see some upside out of Josh Jackson being the main beneficiary. If you don't get any, Josh Jackson will be the main guy that I like. Sadiq Bey, Darius Smith Jr., surely they'll pick up some usage as well if there's no Jeremy Grant. Now let's pull up Underdog. And I'll keep asking questions as we go through, but let's pull up Underdog. Let's do some live drafts. So this is Underdog's platform. You can check it out. This is Underdog Fantasy. It's linked down below in the description, but it's also pinned up top in the top left of the chat or wherever you're tuning into the chat. So let's get into the Wednesday Open Gym. 2K in prizes. We finished pretty highly. Let's see where we finished because we made some decent cash. We had 3 drafts last time, and we netted 1667 in winnings. That can't be right because we got 3667. So I think that unless that's from referrals, we'll have to see. Either way, we'll take it. Wednesday Open Gym. Let's get into this. So this is for a 7-game slate, so it's not going to start until a little bit later. Yes, I want to get in. So we are now in the Wednesday Open Gym. I'll keep answering questions. Is Watanabe playable tonight? Not for me. Turtleneck swag, looking sharp, Sal. She going to get it? Uh-oh. I don't know what that means. I think Jeremy Grant will play. Sounds good. How we liking Bruce Brown tonight? I think he's appropriately priced. He's in a player pool, but I think he's appropriately priced. Let's do this. Let's do this so we can start to see some of this stuff a little bit higher. Let me uncrop some of the top of this right now. So there we go. Let's get the Underdog logo up in this bish. There we go. Cool. So you can see that slid a little bit higher than I wanted here. Working on this shit on the fly like a G6. Look at that. That was pretty good. Alrighty, so we're ready to draft. Why do I get I got 4th pick, not bad. So I'm picking 4th overall in this draft. Who do you guys think I should take? We're just going for pure points upside. We don't need to worry about positions. Let me know. Sam IG, Larry at 8.1K or Steph at 9.9K. I mean, what are we looking for here? Point per dollar value? Like who's the better value today at their price point? I think it's Lowry, but I mean I have Steph for more fantasy points. Michael Carter-Williams or Hoarder today. Can I see Charlotte's ownership too? Who do you want to know about Charlotte's ownership? Like who on that team? It's not really high on any of them. I take Michael Carter-Williams there, by the way. Is SGA in play? He is in play. He's in a player pool for me right now. Mavs thoughts. Am I crazy for Brunson, Hardaway, and DFS just to fill the team out? I don't really want DFS, but I mean, no. I love Brunson. I love Hardaway. I like Josh Richardson today. All those guys are strong plays for me. All those guys are, I mean, between Brunson, Richardson, and Hardaway, those guys are top 8 plays for me today And Kristoff is also a top 12 play. We are drafting. I'm up next. Holy shit, I'm drafting next. All right, so let's see. Let's talk through this as I answer some questions. So this is Underdog. If you want to check it out, join in on a draft. The next draft with me, we'll do a couple of drafts live right now as we finish out the last half hour of this. Yeah, check out Underdog. It's a really fun platform. We're on the clock right now. James Harden, Vooch went, interesting, and Lillard. So I think I'm going to go with Embiid here. Actually, Embiid might not be on the slate, so we have to go with Towns. Embiid's not on the slate because they're not playing the first couple of games. So I'll go with Mr. Karl Anthony Towns over Steph Curry. Does that sound right to anybody out there? Karl Anthony Towns over Steph. Steph against Portland. Let's go Steph. Let's go Steph. Maybe we can get Towns on the next one. So we got Towns first. Let me know what you guys are thinking for my next pick. Do we want to try and get like LaMelo Ball, Zach Levine, Sabonis? What's we thinking? Sabonis might also not be on this slate because they're missing 3 games. Barnes is going to be a strong play. I think so. I think he's fine. Somebody says pick Harden. Yeah, he got taken first overall. My man Roskill got me. If Capella is out, does that primarily put you on Collins? Collins will be nice. Primarily, not like the priority on the slate, but yes, he would be nice. He would be nice. Shooter or Brunson today? Brunson for me. I think he meant Norman Powell. Oh, Norman Powell. So who was the comparisons again? Let me know. Oh, in your lineup? Yeah, Norman Powell. You said Morris, so I assume that's Markieff Morris, right? Yeah, that seems fine. Who's better, Josh Jackson or Harrison Barnes? Josh Jackson. Barnes, but if you get no, I'm thinking Josh Jackson because of the Jeremy Grant. If there's no Jeremy Grant, it'll be Josh Jackson. Thoughts on Justin Patton? I think he's projected to start for Houston. Yeah, I like him. I like Patton. At 4K flat, Patton was one of our top 12 plays this morning. I like him. Kyrie Irving just went off the board. I'm picking in 3 more picks. Who are you guys liking right now? We got Zach Levine, Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox, Zion on the board right now. Porzingis. I have Justin Patton as a yes. He's one of my 20 yeses for 22.2 fantasy points. Somebody says pick PJ Tucker. Nah. Hey, yo, Sal, my guy, with that turtleneck, you betcha. Barnes going to be a strong play. Would you fade the Raptors and Lakers? No. No, you don't fade chalk in NBA. That's not the way to do it. Any love for SJ? He's in a player pool right now. Take Gilbert Arenas. He's going to shoot up the place tonight. Oh, no. Oh, no. Did we just have that joke on air? Oh, no. My man said he's going to shoot up the place tonight. Oh, no. Trae Young just went. So we have Zach Levine and De'Aaron Fox as options for us next. Unless I don't believe that LaMelo Ball is an option on this slate because he's on the earlier slate. Oh, no. LaMelo Ball's on here. LaMelo Ball is indeed on here as well right now. So we're going to go Zach Levine. We'll go Zach Levine if he falls to us. Let's see what happens here. LaMelo Ball just went, so we're going to take Zach Levine here. So we start off with Zach Levine and Steph Curry. Not a bad start to this draft. Sal, do you like Okongwu with Capella out? Is Capella out? Did people see that he's out now? Did he officially get ruled out? Would not doubt it with all the news we're fucking waiting on right now. Clint Capella is not ruled out. If Capella was ruled out, no, I probably wouldn't like that guy. There's so many other values. I like Levine. Me too. Best 7K forward, Sal. Mr. Sal. Best 7K forward tonight. Like any range in the 7K range. So 7K options tonight. I would say the best 7K forward is Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre right now. Any love for Trey Burke if Luka is out? I only have Trey Burke at 16 minutes. I already am ruling Luka out. I only have him at 16 minutes right now. So let's see what's happening in this draft. De'Aaron Fox just went, then Zion, then Porzingis. So we're moving pretty quickly now. I pick in like 3 more picks. We've got Steph Curry and Zach Levine to start. We're trying to make some real dollar rooskies here. There's $2,000 in prizes. SGA just went off the clock. We still have Lowry on the board right now. Who else do we still have on the board? Sabonis is not on this slate, sadly. Kyrie's gone, Steph. Kyle Lowry would be my next option here. So Kyle Lowry is going to be my next option if he's even on this fucking slate. God damn it. I keep forgetting it's 11-game slate or 7-game slate for here, so it's not going to be an option. Ben Simmons, Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram might be the move. Porzingis on the way back. Yeah, Porzingis already got taken. Thoughts on Bembry? He's going to be like 12 to 15% owned. He's a nice lower owned, quote-unquote lower owned for a 10-game slate value option. I still prefer the Lakers guys, though. The Pistons are going to win tonight against the Raptors. Yeah, there you go. Dame if he's available, says Devin. Yeah, Dame's not available. We're already at the 3rd-round picks right now. So Dame's way off the board. I'm going to be going to Brandon Ingram if he's still on the board. I like Brandon Ingram. I think that guys like Jared Allen are fine. But Brandon Ingram's going to be my next pick based on my projections. Fuck, he took Brandon Ingram. So we got 30 seconds to find a contingency plan. Are we going with Clint Capella right now? He might be the best option. Clint Capella or Donovan Mitchell. I mean, Capella's questionable, but if he's out, then they'll automatically give me the next highest ranked guy. We can go to Cantor or Capella. Cantor or Capella. We have 10 seconds. I hope this hits YouTube in time. Cantor or Capella. How many 10K plus studs would you try to get to in one lineup tonight? 1 to 2. Definitely, probably 1 is what I'm going to be going to the most. We took Capella there. Lowry on the slate. Lowry on that slate. So Lowry on this right here, no, unfortunately he's not. I was going to try and get him. Horton Tucker, 50 burger tonight. Oh, my God. Really? Oubre is questionable. That is true. Got on here late. What are we drafting for? Yeah, what's going on, Eric? We're drafting on Underdog Fantasy right now. It's a really cool platform. I did a lot of stuff in terms of my mock drafts and things like that on here during the NFL season. But now you can draft 6 guys. You draft 6 guys into your lineup, and you get any players. There's no specific player. Somebody says Capella, Cantor. So we ended up taking Capella. Maybe Cantor will fall to us. He's a couple of picks away. So maybe we can get Cantor. We're 2 picks away right now. Do you like Bagley on Superdraft today? Do I like Bagley on Superdraft today? Anybody else ever play on Underdog? Do you ever play there on NFL? It's a really cool site for best balls. They have these snake drafts, daily fantasy games. On Superdraft, Bagley is strongly in play on Superdraft. Yeah, Bagley's multiplier of 1.65x. We love to love that. Zion and Patton or Porzingis and Joe Harris? I'll go with Zion and Patton. His uses would be out of the roof tonight. Lowry. Yeah, I like Lowry a lot. Schroeder just went. We're 2 picks away. We can still potentially get Cantor. That would be nice. Plumlee or Turner tonight? I'll go Turner. Turner, good sir. Anybody else in the chat right now? Let me know in the chat. Have you ever played on Underdog Fantasy? And if not, why not? It's a pretty fun experience. These things are addicting. Like, obviously, we like mock drafting for the NFL. A lot of people out there. These things are so addicting. And they're fun. They're cheap. $5 little buy-in. You get in. We're going to do another one after this. We'll let this one wrap up. This one's taken a little bit longer than usual. It seems like people are really thinking about their picks. Mr. S. Strict on the turn. Thinking about those picks. Mother effer. He took Cantor. Son of a gun. He took Cantor. Who's still on the clock? I'm up next. Cantor just went. So we have Gordon Hayward still an option here. Norman Powell's still an option. I think I might go to Norman. Oh, no, he's not on this fucking slate. God damn it. I keep forgetting that. So I think my best available option is going to end up being Gordon Hayward right now, but there's some risk to Gordon Hayward's name right now. There's some risk on his name. Put some risk on his name. Maybe we'll go Jalen Brunson and just shock the world, but I think we might be able to get Jalen Brunson on our next pick. Jalen Brunson or Cantor? What do you think? Appreciate you, bro. Well, Jalen Brunson just went. Son of a gun. So we're going to go with Gordon Hayward since he's now probable. All snake drafts should be named Kawhi drafts. Funny. Do you like Kendrick Williams? No, I do not. This isn't position-based. No, it's just 6. It's super flex. So you just get 6 super flex players. Is Lowry the only one worth targeting on Toronto? Asks Skyler. No, not at all. Skyler, once this draft is over, I'll show you some of my minutes projections, but there's a lot of guys on Toronto worth targeting. Norman Powell, Chris Boucher for sure. Value options in Terence Davis today. Value options in not only Terence Davis, but also DeAndre Bembry today. We still have, I believe, 1 more pick. Where's my team? 2 more picks. I have Steph Curry, Levine, Clint Capella, and Gordon Hayward so far. So we're trying to stay ahead of some of the competition here. Let's see who we can get next time around. Stream sniping, somebody said. Do you think somebody is stream sniping? Do you think that guy was in here? You think people are taking my motherfucking Cantor? Green is going to own Portland. You think so? As in Draymond Green? You think so? Do you think Lillard will be significantly less owned than Harden? Yes. Significantly? Yeah, maybe like 5 to 6% if you think that's significant. Rockets get blown out and Harden puts up 45 points. That's like the name of the game in half the games at Harden these days. We're picking next right now. Rozier went, Barnes went, LaMelo Ball went, or Lonzo Ball. LaMelo went a while ago. Is Chris Boucher is not going to be on this list. Marvin Bagley, I believe he already got picked, but we'll see. Marvin Bagley is going to be our pick. We're 10 seconds away from securing Marvin Bagley. All snake drafts should be named Kawhi drafts. Why is that? Because he's a snake. Triple-double with 11 points for Draymond. Yeah, Draymond literally gets there barely with like 9 points if he gets there. Anthony Edwards went. Let's go with Marvin Bagley, and then we'll pick one more fella. What are the questions we got? Clean fade, Sal. This ain't even a fade, my man. I got chopped up like 5 or 6 days ago. We ain't even clean anymore, but I appreciate that. Lineup. Lillard, Curry, Harden, THT, Davis, Patton, Bembry, Stan Johnson, super value. Yeah, Stan Johnson's the only one that I don't like there. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get 3 studs in, but Stan Johnson really ruins that. Somebody says I'm behind on the stream. Capella, not Chapel. Funny. Funny. Where comes the money? Here we go. All right, we got one more guy, and then we'll get back to the minutes. You wouldn't fade the chalk in single entry? What chalk? What's the chalk to fade? Look, the NBA, I can play 3 chalky players. I have to get different in 2 spots. I got to get so if I play Zach Levine at 2% owned tonight, or De'Aaron Fox at 3%, I don't know which one I'm going to play yet in single entry. If I play Steph Curry at 10% owned, if that's how I can get different tonight, then we're fine. If I play in a 300-person contest where only 30 people have Steph Curry, looks like I just got different, right? So I'll get different in 1 or 2 spots. I can play THT if he starts, especially if there's no Kuzma, right? I can play Jalen Brunson if he starts without anybody out there in terms of Luka, right? So I can play those guys all I want. So fading the chalk, yeah, I'll fade the chalk in 1 or 2 spots, but I'm not fading the chalk in 5 spots. That seems like a good way to have a bad day. A good way to have a bad day, in my opinion. We are 2 picks away from our final option right now on this draft board. I'm okay with the draft, but I'm really sad we didn't get no Cantor. That was a big letdown in my opinion. I'm going to see if Evan Fournier is going to be my next option projection-wise. Otherwise, we'll start to look for... Evan Fournier just went. I think we got some stream snipers. I do indeed think we got some stream snipers in here. Do we go Kobe White? We already have Zach Levine. Probably doesn't make the most sense from a lineup construction standpoint. Damn, we're pretty low right now. We're pretty down. There's a lot of guys already off the board here. So let's look for a high upside player. We can go... John Collins already was taken. Shit. We're really low right now. We can go with Turner, taken, Wendell Carter potentially, Josh Richardson. Damn. They really took everything. We'll go with Wendell Carter if he's available. Burke and Harden. Sorry for the repeat messages. My stream's acting up. No problem. Burke and Harden or Brunson and Ingram. I'll go Brunson and Ingram. Do you not think that Stanley Johnson can get at least 5X as a projected starter? Projected starter means nothing to me. Also, if he does start, 5X means nothing to me. You should not be hoping Stanley Johnson if Stanley Johnson gets you 5X, that is not good for you. That is not good for you. Stanley Johnson gets you 15 points tonight, you're not having a good day. I can tell you that much. You want Stanley Johnson to get you, at $3,000 flat, you want him to get you 4X plus 10. So 22 points. 4X plus 10 is a better way to evaluate it than 5X. So we took DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan was a guy that I liked a little bit more than Wendell Carter from a projection standpoint. A good way to have a bad night was Leonard not even playing, correct? Is Patton viable at 4K? More than viable. He's one of my yeses today. $3,500 or under utility. Thank you, sir. Talon Horton Tucker. He's 34 today. Alrighty, so we are done with our first draft. We'll do another one shortly so we can get some people have a chance to potentially get into the draft. We'll do another Wednesday open gym on fantasy, Underdog Fantasy. Markeith at $3,700 for Stan John's replacement. I like that. Yeah, I like Markeith more. For sure. I like Mr. Markeith a little bit more for sure. Let's chop this screen back up to what we handed out earlier. Bang. Bang. Bada bing. Bada bang. There we go. Thoughts on Victor Oladipo? Yeah, he's kind of like one of these quiet guys, right? Like Houston in general today, outside of like a cheap Patton, all quiet. John Wall, Oladipo, both in a player pool for me. They're 2 of the 54 guys in my player pool, which is pretty fine. I have Wall at 33 minutes. 34 I can see happening. Oladipo at 35. They're just kind of there. This matchup against Brooklyn, you would think they have a lot of upside today, right? So, yeah, I'm okay with either of those guys. Sal's the man, the myth, the legend, the true mother effing king. Hey, too kind, Brycey. Yo, what's that 4X plus 10 thing you mentioned now? Is that specific for 3K guys or everyone? I mean, it's kind of like 3 and 4K guys, but I don't believe in any of that shit. I have a 5X value rating. Yes, that's an easy way to identify where the slate is, but using that as gospel, look, if I have a guy at 6X and he's $3,000, I rarely have interest unless it's a small slate. On a 10-game slate today, there's not going to be that many guys at 18 fantasy points at $3,000 flat that I'm going to be enjoying playing today or even attempting to play, right? Because you have to think about it. Oh, he's grading out for 5 or 6X. Put that in context. He scored you 16.5 fantasy points. That is dog shit. Right? But the 16.5 got me up to Harden, and it got me up to Lillard, and it got me up to Steph, all in the same lineup. Oh, they better all score you 70 to 80 points, because if Harden scores 50, yeah, that 16.5 ain't getting it done, because 2 other combination of players in the mid-range is going to score 45 and 45 or 50 and 45, right? Projections for power forward Draymond Green on this slate. So I'll pull up his minutes projection. I currently have Draymond at 34 minutes tonight. I don't have him looking that great now that he's not playing center anymore. I have Draymond for 33.9 points. He is not in a player pool for me right now. Thoughts on Bembry today? Looks okay. Bembry looks okay. As simple as that for me. I have Bembry not as a yes, but he's in a player pool for me. 20.3 points. Grades out pretty well. Here's my Toronto minutes on the screen right now. Oklahoma City really not picking up much traction. Another team that really not much stands out, appropriately priced, slightly maybe even, not overpriced SGA, but definitely more than appropriately priced at this point. I wish this night would last forever, ever, ever. New to the channel, do you cover NFL DFS in season? Austin Escher, yes, I do. That's actually our heavy hitter. I cover PGA and NBA right now. I do some other stuff like on Twitter and some small 1-minute videos. I create content behind the scenes in terms of tools and projections on my Patreon. We now have a lineup optimizer that we'll probably hop back up in here in a second. Brunson or shooter for more DK points? Brunson. And then, yeah, NFL's the big one. During NFL season, I'm putting out about 10 pieces of content a week between showdowns and live streams and things like that. So, yeah, NFL's the big one. We cover it. We'll be covering season-long NFL as well. Probably start to crank those videos out in the next month or so. FanDuel GPP. Sal, is Brunson in your poll? Is that like a NASCAR term, like my number one play, like top of my board? Brunson is currently my number 2 overall pick. He's my number 2 value play today. I will be prioritizing putting him in a single entry lineup. Lonzo Ball today? Not really, no. But Mr. Austin Escher, welcome in, my man. Yeah, we covered DFS. We had a really great DFS year this year. Profited over $20,000 individually myself in NFL DFS, and we had a nice job in the community. We had a couple of people knock down 6-figure prize pools. It was a lot of fun. Harris is now probable. Cool. Yeah, we already have Harris projected in, so that kind of hurts a lot of Philly in terms of trying to get to any value. Here's my projections on Philly. I have Harris for 34 minutes. Tobias Harris is now probable. Yep. So I already projected him in, so no changes there. Thoughts on Edwards at 6,900? A little bit overpriced for me now. Somebody said that's the question of the day. Alan, do you like Brunson or Shooter more today? I think the answer could be both, but Brunson will be my choice if I had to only pick one today, fellas. Just got here. What do you think about Embiid? Not really there on him, but every single day he'll go out and he'll score 65 points, but not really there on him. Embiid tonight, he's in a player pool. But I'm not really prioritizing in single entry. It goes on and on and on and on when me and you party together. KP and play tonight. Thanks, Sal. Yeah, Amy, Kristaps Porzingis. I'll pull up Dallas's minutes. My number 12 overall play tonight. Also, if you're already not familiar, we do have now an optimizer on Patreon. I'm going to pull up the optimizer now. We can play through it, and then we're going to do one more. Underdog fantasy draft. Appreciate all the people, the ladies and the gentlemen and the fellas over at Underdog. They're really cool people. Saw a couple people during the stream sign up for Patreon to try and get access to that new optimizer that we just put out there. You can use it for golf, MMA, NBA, of course, tonight as well. I got to pick my motherfucking one and done, man. I see Edwin Newman signed up and Jesse Sylvie. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys for signing up to the new optimizer and just getting some access. Will Porzingis be a single entry priority to you? Not right now, no. Jimmy Butler is questionable. Jimmy Butler is not on this slate tonight. Good, sir. Starting Bembry giving me nightmares. I agree. Lowry worth a spot on DK? Definitely. I like Lowry a lot. Do me a solid, y'all. We had 266 likes and 75 likes. Head scratcher. Would you all mind scrolling back to the page really quick and liking the stream if you're enjoying it? Thank you, man. Yeah. Hit the like button for sure. Thank you, Evan. I appreciate you. $3,500 or under tonight. Yeah, $3,500. It's just kind of Horton Tucker at $3,400. Horton Tucker, Terence Davis at $3,400. Those are two solid plays tonight. Other than that, Claxton's at $33,000. Not really doing much there. Alexander Walker at $3K flat. Not doing much there for me. Also, this is going to sound like a weird question. Let me know in the chat right now, since I have you all live, what is it that you enjoy about my content? It's an open-ended question, but just let me know. What is it that you enjoy about my content? I'm reading a book right now, so there's a lot of things that I'm taking from that book, a lot of ways to be innovative from the business standpoint, a lot of ways to be innovative from a community standpoint and build a more loyal community. And yeah, part of that is just asking those simple questions that not a lot of people ask. So what is it? I'm going to put that tweet out on Twitter later as well. What is it that you enjoy about my content? Pretty simple, but what is it? Sal, how many minutes do you have for Harden? I have him at 38 minutes tonight. Projected 38 minutes for Harden. Here's my Brooklyn minutes on the screen. So let me get up the NBA lineup optimizer for tonight. Let's put randomness at 20. Let's put it at 15 tonight, and we'll build out a couple of lineups. And we'll go from there. We'll put uniques at 3. So uniques at 3, randomness at 15, and we'll build those lineups out on the other screen. Steven Adams feels pretty cheap. Yeah, he always does, but like only once this year has he really like popped off for like 45 points or something crazy. Too many other options. It's a lot of opportunity cost at center to only go there. We're going to be using Underdog in just a moment. I like your delivery, somebody says. Okay, I appreciate that. That's interesting. Thank you. I like that. Says Tobias Harris now probable. Awesome. Beautiful. Top center plays on the slate tonight. It's going to be the cheapies. The top center plays are going to be the cheap options tonight. Montrezl Harrell at $5,500. Well, I would say mid-range to cheap. Montrezl Harrell, Justin Patton, Chris Boucher. Ceiling on him is massive tonight, right? Cody Zeller if he plays, which I'm not too sure about that. DeAndre Jordan. Karl Anthony Towns if you're looking to pay up. Cantor, right? That's kind of in that order who I like tonight. You do all the work for us is why somebody said I like them. The fast delivery is what some people say. Okay, so quick, concise information. Fast and you get to everyone. Answering questions, okay. The energy you give. Okay, so energy, that's good to know. Cool. Hard work. How much exposure? Thoughts on Terence Davis from Toronto on DK? I like him. He's my number 3 point per dollar play. He's a clear pivot. Probably be half the ownership is Horton Tucker. I really enjoy your focus on information, but also that you listen to your audience and genuinely want to help us. There we go. Yeah, I think that's a good thing, right? You literally have the most personality out of everyone else I've seen out there. Most people are like boring. I think that's something that I'm trying to improve upon. Even though I'm an Italian from New York, I have a lot of personality. My first year to year and a half, this is now year like 2.5 to 3. Only over this last year, I would say quote unquote blossom, for lack of a better word, getting comfortable on camera and the full on personality side of it. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm talking to an empty room with a camera in front of me. Sure, there's people on the other side, but you have to get comfortable with that, right? So I would say that's the next level in terms of my content, continuing to hit the hard hitting content that gets you there quickly and in what you want in an informative way. But now that next level is adding in maybe not segments, but things that can really let my personality shine a lot more, because that is the differentiator in my opinion. So I appreciate that you said that, because everybody and their mother can come on here and talk about on any YouTube channel or any business or any other company in the space can come on here and talk for 30 minutes about the players on the slate tonight. They can talk about their projections. They can have great projections, right? But how do you set yourself apart in terms of building a community? You can relate to people, right? Take the time to hang out. Sal, honestly, I enjoy your honesty, your work ethic, and your just really, yeah, I'm going to look back at a lot of these. I appreciate that, Brian. I'm going to look back at a lot of these later on, but I appreciate everybody hopping in. I'm definitely looking over them right now. Thank you. Quick answers to questions as I build my lineups. You seem cool and relatable. Thanks, man. You as well. Also, eventually, when I'm in Austin, maybe is a better idea since the actual state is open. Maybe we can get some people. We can meet up. We can go out for some brewskis, nice little brewery, get some IPAs or whatever people like. Your energy and excitement about your product and your interaction with all of us, and you're entertaining to watch. I appreciate that. I'm just reading a lot of these. I appreciate everything. Sal, much love to you and yours. Thanks, man. Penn State alumni, says Kim Pookie. There we go. Cool. So I appreciate all these like reviews that we're getting. That's really cool, my man. Family in the mob. Hey, family in the mob. That's why you like me. Baisley or Harrell tonight? I'll go Harrell. We're going to be doing one more. Let's look at what the optimizer just projected out, and then we'll do one more. We'll do one more draft on Underdog. But the optimizer just crunched us out. So this is the top projected optimizer lineup right now before adjusting for any guys being out. We get Damian Lillard, and this is with like randomness on too, right? So Damian Lillard, this is not like a cash lineup. This is randomness for GPPs. So this is the top projected lineup. It looks pretty fucking good. Like getting Trae Young in there to get different makes sense. So Lillard, Schroeder, Horton Tucker, Vanderbilt looks good today. Harrell, Brunson, Richardson. I like this lineup. We're going 2 studs in this lineup and a lot of other good players. If somebody plays this and they win $100,000, just send me a fucking cannoli. Hey, just send me a fucking cannoli. Just send me a fucking cannoli. Anybody got small forwards under $4,000? I mean, Horton Tucker, I don't think is a small forward, but yeah. The humor in the showing us your actual personality makes the show way more entertaining as well as information. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. If Capella doesn't go, does Collins become a top priority play? He starts to become like a borderline top 12 play, yes. So not like my number 1 priority or like has to get in my single entry lineup, but he starts to get into that pool of consideration, yes. I like your assessment of minutes versus point per minute, non-emotional breakdown. It's just straightforward information. I love the humor and Goodfellas feel. The Goodfellas feel. I like that. That's why we got the turn. Like, yo, I realized I got to get more like colorful clothing and just fun clothing. I can't just be coming on here in hoodies unless it says a company that we promote like Superdraft or Underdog, or if it says like the Fellas, the merch store that we got down below. But I need to get more of these. These set the fucking mood. Hey, Paisano. Hey, Paisano. The fuck are you doing over there? Get in the car, Jimmy. Cousin Louie, what you doing? It's fucking hoodie. Get these motherfucking turtlenecks on. We go straight into the mob. Holy shit. Love the info and presentation. You and DK DFS helped me win some contests earlier this year. Let's keep it going. My man. Bay or Hart today? Sadiq Bay if Grant is out. Otherwise, Hart. I like the ceiling more on Hart. All the cannolis, somebody said. Cat worth paying up for? There's so many other centers. He would be my pay up option center if you were over Vooch and Embiid today. But yeah, no. Different time zone. What are you going to do? What do you mean? It's only an hour difference in Texas, so not much difference. Like I get up at 5 right now, so if I get up at 5 there and it's the equivalent of 6 here, like I lose an hour. My videos come out like an hour later. Instead of coming out at 8:15 in the morning, they come out at 9:15 for the East Coast. So You can't do much about that, right? Live streams, I'll do the live streams whenever. I don't have to like be into a 9-to-5 job, so we'll do the live streams when they add up for the East Coast time. Whatever makes more sense for the proper coast, the East Coast, the coast that gets everything centered around their time zones, right? All right, so we're waiting for another draft on Underdog to fill right now. If you want to get in on this draft, just let me know, good, beautiful people. We're waiting for people, so if you want to get in, that link at the top of the chat right now, also link down below in the description. You can get up in there right now. I'll post a link again in the chat. Hop up in here. We need a couple more people. Hop up in here. Follow that link and get up into this Underdog draft. Do you like Jared Allen tonight? I don't really. How's Steph look if no Oubre? Steph looks good either way, so even better if no Oubre. First show in Austin Cowboy hat. We might have to break it out. I'm trying to do like more shows. The peeps over at Osmo just ended the relationship with me on my end, which, I mean, it makes sense, right? They, or at least they viewed me as a competitor. I mean, I view them as colleagues, but I understand that side of it. I obviously offer products in the DFS space. They do too. We're both pretty big, so it makes sense if they don't think it's mutually beneficial anymore. So I'm trying to find some cool folks to hop on shows with. Like, I got a lot of time. I obviously have I have a lot of time is actually a lie, but I have time here and there, like in these hour slots where doing collaboration sounds fun. So when I was doing those collaborations with Awesome, it was cool. I got to interact with cool people that I would say and hope I could say are friends now. So that would be pretty cool to do still. So I don't know. I really don't follow any other content out there. Like I would tune into the Awesome guys here and there. I really don't follow content in the DFS space. There's a couple of guys whose work I respect and try and tune in here and there, like Mayo, like Rick Gaiman. So I try and tune in here and there. But yeah, I would like to do more collabs. So I'm interested if there's anybody in the DFS space, the betting space that you guys know about, that would be a good collab. If it is talking DFS or if it's just talking like a combination of stuff, somebody who like matches my personality, right? Guys who actually have some personality. We still need 2 spots left in this Underdog draft. Any love for Melo after his huge game? No, I'm not gonna try and chase that huge game. Positive energy and helping others in DFS as well as mental health, says Alan. That's why you enjoy my stuff. Yeah, man. We definitely got to keep promoting the mental health, man. Yesterday was World Teenage Mental Health Day. Mental health in general is important, but man, for teenagers these days, could you imagine, like, I found out what Twitter was when I was in like 10th or 11th grade. So like even that was young, right? Like I was at that point like 17 or something. Can you imagine just being like I don't know if there's parents of young kids out there right now and how you're dealing with it. I couldn't imagine having like a 5-year-old kid or a 6-year-old kid asking me for a cell phone. Like I don't want to give my kid a phone until I got a phone at 13. I'm not even trying to do that as like, I didn't get it, so you don't get it. Like, I don't want to give my kid access to social media and like this spot where you're just trying to get hit with dopamine and like depression starts. I don't want to give my kid that until they are at least 13. But the pressures of like, yo, but my friend's got a phone and he's 6 and 7, right? And like how easy it is to just let your kid play with that phone. And I get it. Like, days are busy, right? Working parents, whatever it might be, like just letting the kid play and just like shut the fuck up for an hour while you're trying to have some time to yourself. I understand that, but man, that just sounds like a really scary thing to balance. I'm happy that right now I don't have to deal with it, knock on wood. The people out there right now that do deal with that, like I try to stay off my phone. Last week I had like less than an hour average on the social medias. Obviously using my phone more than that for like business stuff, calls and things like that, but on social media less than an hour per day, which is like unheard of for people, screen time. I can't even imagine kids these days. It's scary. This slate is a dumpster fire with all the injuries. Yeah, man. Yo, Sal, random question. What sport do you enjoy providing content for the most? That's a good question. That's a good question. So I'm picking last. Look, if you guys have been following these streams on Wednesdays on Underdog, I'll answer that question in a second. So I'm picking last yet again on Underdog. This seems to be the case every freaking time on Underdog that your boy ends up picking just dead last. So we're drafting right now in Underdog Fantasy on the screen. It's snake drafts. You just pick 6 guys and you compete against everybody else in the player pool. So this is our second draft of the night. If you want to get in, there's a link up top. That link up top is to be sure to check out Underdog Fantasy. So let's see. Josh Jackson is out. Interesting. We'll update that in just a few seconds. You offer great DFS advice and you, for us, ADD peeps. There we go. I like that. I talk really quick. Grant is now doubtful and Josh Jackson is out. Man, fire up your Dennis Smith Jr.'s, fire up your Sadiq Beys. Shit's about to hit the fan. The league will look a lot nicer now. So which sport do I enjoy creating content for the most? So there's kind of different parts to this, right? NFL clearly brings in the most revenue, the most eyeballs to my content. I get the most interaction from new people and bring new people into the community. So from just a interaction standpoint, a business standpoint, it would be NFL for me. The content I actually enjoy making the most is content around collaboration with others around business, around marketing. So whenever I go on to like Clubhouse or whenever I talk to like Nick or Colano, that's the shit I like the most, is like talking about the actual business of what we're doing, the business of content creation out in the macro, not just in our bubble of fantasy, like what people are doing in content creation and marketing that's working and how people are able to leave their 9-to-5 jobs from finding out and using these tactics. Right now we're drafting 6th. So they took Harden, Lillard, Towns, and Vooch. I'm eyeballing right now Steph Curry, and I'm eyeballing Kyrie Irving in that order. But for DFS sports, I would probably say it's also close. Like, I like the process of every single day projecting minutes for NBA. Steph Curry just went Steph Curry, so we're going to be drafting. We'll take Kyrie right now over Trae Young. We actually go back-to-back picks, so we're going to take Trae Young and Kyrie. Easy as that. It's a good start. Trae Young and Kyrie tonight, that's a fucking good start. I'll update all this stuff for in a second. Also, viewing you as a competitor is a compliment. You are blowing up. Yeah, I think it's just consistency. Like, we don't have massive numbers on the live stream, so that's fine. I'd rather have 300 people watching me that enjoy my content and we can actually have an intimate conversation than like 2,000 where 75 to 80% of them are just asking for a quick pick and don't give a shit about who's talking, right? I actually enjoy that we have a connection. What do you think about DFS Karma? They reached out to me to try and do like give me their ownership stake or a bigger, I don't even know if it was that or just a bigger piece of the pie, if you will. It just wasn't appealing. It didn't excite me. Nothing against them. It just didn't excite me. Cam ATL would be a good mix. I'm not sure who that is. I love your fucking attitude. You're funny and fun to listen to. Plus your content is great. I won 1K last week. That's to your content. Let's get these Dollaruskis. Sandra winning 1K last week. Let's fucking go, my man. But out of DFS sports, they're all kind of the same. NFL brings in the most eyeballs, most engagement. Golf is like the most refreshing for me. And then NBA's daily, so it gives me that daily interaction on these live streams. So I really can't pick. I would say that golf is like the most refreshing because it's just kind of like casual for me. You only got to do it once a week, right? Whereas all the other sports, you got to do a little bit more than that. So casual, not in the way that I play. I still play a lot of money into it. We've won 3 out of our last 4 outrights on golf events where we're way more than casual in terms of our information on it. But just like the landscape of it, right? It's like 2 to 3 days of content. We did a stream today. I like that. I love MMA as a sport. I just don't know anywhere near the technical stuff that like Manpreet on this channel knows, but I cannot wait for 259. DFS Bachelor on you would be hilarious, but probably R-rated by YouTube. Uh-oh. You and Al Seinfeld would make an awesome duo. He has really great energy and content. Yeah, I think Al, just from afar, not knowing him personally, is great. I've never reached out to do any actually 2 years ago for NFL I reached out. I was smaller then, so it makes sense that he didn't want to do a collab. I'd like to do a collab with Al in terms of the content space, like in terms of we can just talk about marketing and content. So if anybody out there wants to clip this, Mr. Al Seinfeld, if you ever have time and you want to get together on a stream or a video or whatever it might be, we can get other creators as well. I saw your business video with I believe Joe Holka and Pete Overzet on content. If you want to make that a series or you want to talk a little bit more, be happy to. That stuff is what I'm very passionate about. We're up next in the picks, but yeah, if somebody wants to send that to Al, go for it. We're up next in the picks. We currently have Kyrie Irving and Trae Young. We have a lot of guys who just went off the board. Fox, Brandon Ingram, John Wall, Capella, Oladipo. I think Cantor is the play here. So we're going to go with Cantor. We have back-to-back picks here. So Cantor right now, and I think John Collins might be the pick. Obviously, some of these Detroit guys are going to spike up a little bit, but I think we go John Collins here, hope maybe even that Capella misses, and then on the next go-around, we can maybe get to like a Jalen Brunson. You and DK DFS would be a fantastic duo. Could be interesting. I would leave if Cam ATL was part of the show. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. Bringing the awareness of mental health and overall spreading the message of being a good people. Keep killing it, Sal. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate that for sure. You and Al would be awesome. Sal and Al? Yeah, look. If anybody wants to just clip that part that I just said, you want to go back and clip it and tag him and me on Twitter, go for it. I'd be down to do videos with Mr. Al Seinfeld. Be definitely down. Sal, you're the most entertaining content creator. Also, it feels like you are one of the boys and getting advice from a friend. Yeah, man, that's what I like. I like about that. So Shooter goes, Brunson goes. We're drafting right now in Underdog Fantasy, a new sponsor of the show. Look, I'm going to get back to the comments, and I love all the love that we got going on right now, all the information spreading that we got in there. Maxi Kleber with Luka doubtful. He's in a player pool now, but he's not a priority on that team. Speaking of Yalf, who do you like on Super Draft this week? Max Homa and Molinari looks like unfadable as long as he makes a cut, and Max Homa look fantastic over there in Super Draft. That contest is not going to fill. But yeah, man, I would really like to. I'm in a smaller city, Raleigh, right now, so there's like really no way to meet up. I'm not going to meet up with like one guy off the internet and then get murked, but like meeting up with like a group of people who are patrons and stuff like that. It could be fun to do that in Austin. Sending out some of the guys like Chris Pinnell and Manpreet on MMA and Dylan Bird, getting all the people that help me out, maybe even our editor behind the scenes who does some editing, Jarek. Getting out some of those guys. We can bring them all to Austin. We can do like a retreat, maybe get a couple of people from the the community, maybe do like a giveaway, and we can just drink some brewskis, hang out, relax, max all cool. Yeah, it could be fun, right? Sal, is SGA going over 60 DK points tonight? No, I don't think so. We're almost up again. Holmes is off the board. Hayward's off the board. Where Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins off the board. I'm looking at DeAndre Jordan right now. I'm looking at Harrison Barnes right now. Marvin Bagley right now. Check out Skywalker DFS. He has personality. He has good picks and wins them $Rooskies. Yeah, I guess it's interesting. Like me and Nick Ercolano, I think, are on a very similar wavelength in terms of our interests. Obviously, the career paths that we have currently chosen, younger age and that type of thing. I would like to do a podcast with Ercolano with Nick, but we obviously both have a lot of busy schedules, so it's hard to line that up. But I brought up something in terms of along the lines of business and current events, like in the sports and betting space and gaming space. Andrew Wiggins goes, Lonzo Ball, Terry Rozier, Oubre. So DeAndre Jordan is still on the court. He's still on the board right now. So is Marvin Bagley. I like these options. Yeah, if you guys want to support, just sign up down below. So we have Marvin Bagley, we have Wendell Carter, we have DeAndre Jordan. I'm going to go with Marvin Bagley here. We got back-to-back picks, and we'll go with DeAndre Jordan. So there we go. Our team is Kyrie Irving, Trae Young, Cantor, Collins, Bagley, and Jordan. That's pretty good. Not bad. So yeah, if you guys want to sign up for Underdog, the link is at the top of the chat. It's also in the description below if you're watching on the replay. Look, I respect the hell out of what Underdog is doing. They're going to build a freaking rocket ship, and now they're expanding into different sports, not just NFL best ball. So go ahead and check them out. It's going to be a ton of fun for when baseball comes around, when NFL best balls are back in full swing, and we're making content on this channel again for season long. So go ahead, check them out. If you just want to make an account, sign up, try some of their cheap games. It really helps, cheap in terms of low price, not cheap in terms of product, right? But it really helps just this channel. The more that we can lock down these legitimate sponsors that I'm having interactions with some of their coworkers or some of their employees on Twitter. Seem like people, but the only way that they stay sponsors of the show and allow us to continue to do these afternoon live streams is if we get the community to actually enjoy their product. So let's see if we can bring some power over to those people at Underdog. Shout out Underdog for sponsoring this live stream. Shout out to all of you tuning into this one as well. Dennis Smith, interest with Grant and Jackson out. Yeah, he's going to become a yes for me now. I'm going to update all the crazy injury news that we're going to get these next fucking 2 hours or so. But all the injury news that we've already gotten that's been pretty crazy, I'm going to update it even more right when I get off of this stream. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll answer some final questions. Sal, should I pick Stanley Johnson or Watanabe from the Raptors? If one starts, I would choose one over the other. Otherwise, I don't want either of them. Top pay-up option on FanDuel, Harden. Do you think there's a chance that players like Harden and Lillard don't play full minutes before the All-Star game? I would say no. Like, those two guys are the guys who want to go out there and play a lot of minutes, especially Harden. Like, the definition of Harden's game, like there's so many highlights and interviews of him saying, like, I ball. Like, if I play, I'm not being limited. Like, I ball. I go out there and ball. Like, that's literally his game, unless he wants to get out of the Houston Raptors organization, right? Sal, is Monk a sneaky GPP play? Somewhat, but not really for me right now. Thank you for all the awesome content, Sal. You're the man. Keep up the great work. I enjoy everything about your work. I enjoy the content, but mostly your personality, how you present your content. I appreciate that. Thank you, my man. My kid's screen time is source of most of my stress, somebody says. Really? I kind of like that. Why is that? Just because you don't like them on their screen, or because like they go crazy from some games, right? Tucker has not scored over 20 fantasy points. Is it possible with all the people out, but I would only try it in one? Yeah, I mean, Horton Tucker, if we're talking about Horton Tucker, not PJ Tucker. Horton Tucker, right? Horton Tucker, not PJ Tucker. Horton Tucker not scoring over 20 fantasy points is because LeBron James and Anthony Davis and Marc Gasol and maybe even Kyle Kuzma were in for those games. LeBron James, spoiler alert, is really good at basketball, and now he's out. Brunson or Shooter? Brunson. DSJ or Dennis Shooter on FanDuel? Dennis Shooter. DSJ over Brunson? Brunson. DFS Patch is pretty good, but his intro music is the worst sounds I've ever heard come on my speakers, somebody says. Sabonis is a game-time decision. Yeah, shit's about to get crazy. Shit's about to get crazy, fellas. Alrighty, everybody. Check out the new lineup optimizer, the new lineup generator. We're going to be doing some stuff in terms of adding even more tools over there on Patreon. I'll link the Patreon right now, so you can be sure to hop in there, get access to the tools, the projections, rankings, the optimizers, my interest pools, my overall priorities tonight. I'm going to go update the projections for Marc Gasol out and all the other news that we got from these Detroit guys being out today. Lauri Markkanen officially out. Daniel House out. Eric Gordon out. The whole fucking slate's falling apart right now. Marcus Morris, doubtful for tomorrow. Okay, that's at least for tomorrow. Alrighty, I'm going to go update all this stuff. We already got like 5 things to update. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe before you go. I appreciate each and every one of you. Tomorrow ends the NBA until the All-Star break's over, so be sure to tune in 4:30 p.m. East Coast time tomorrow. All the 250 to 300 of you, you all rock. Yo, fist bumps through the screen right now. Thank you for kicking back, relaxing, maxing all cool for the past hour and 11 minutes with me today. Thank you so much. Can you explain Wiseman? He's a no. Yeah, if I'm going to go with like a cheap center, I mean, there's just better options. Like Claxton's even cheaper. I don't really want to go there. But if I'm going with a cheap center, it's going to be Patton. Patton and Mason Jones starting for Houston. Any love? Mason fucking Jones. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna go up. I have love for Patton, not Mason Jones. As long as we have, like, he's starting for Gordon, I assume. Good luck, ladies and fellas. Do you like Vanderbilt? Yes, I do. Jeffrey's a sneaky play, not for me. Tonight's Lakers lineup killed it in the preseason. He's gonna be good. Yeah, I agree. Horton Tucker for sure. Vanderbilt's a yes. Yes, he is. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go update the projections for all you patrons. You can sign up down below if you want to support the content, join the community, get into the Patreon Discord so we can talk to you. I can talk to you, and so can the community. All right. Fucking crazy slate. What do we got? Only 8 guys available tonight for the Rockets. So I might have to run back my Mason Jones take with only 8 guys available. He's going to have to play 25 plus minutes. Hit the like button before you go. I'll see y'all tomorrow in the next one. Peace out, gang.